Run this intro real quick. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy MGFC Ron Aroni, aka Ron B the Homie. If you don't know me, now you know me. This is the first installment of the Get Wrecked stream sessions. It's coming Tuesday nights, probably between 11:30 and midnight Eastern on Twitch, where we just gonna talk. And then Friday nights, same time, whenever I can get up here into the studio for a little bit. And Freestyle Fridays, y'all know what that means. Y'all already know what that means. But right now I want to get into this Metal Slug. Hopefully you might hear some ads. I'm using this I think it's called Vlog No Copyright Music audio library. I think I might turn the volume down a little bit more. Actually, I can turn it down over here too, cause I still don't really know how loud it is. But yeah, man. What I want to get into, I just want to talk. I want to talk about how I got my Smash career started. Some people know parts of the story. One part involves a Yoshi player, but I'm gonna try to go back as far as I can. Some parts are gonna be fuzzy because it's actually been, I think, like the late '90s. I think whenever Smash 64 came out. So, but let me get the game started real quick. I'm gonna play the game and talk at the same time. Let's see how that goes. All right, let's get this game going. All right, get my tokens up. All right, for those who don't know, too, this is an old school arcade game, Metal Slug X. I only play with one character, Fio. That's her right there. All right. Oh, my man, Stanley is in the chat. Let's go. All right, so the story starts off in 64. All right. Shout out to my boy, Russell Berry. I didn't have an N64. I had a Nintendo, but he had an N64. And he also had, almost died. He had Smash 64. And, we played that game every chance we could get. If we weren't playing that, we were playing Madden. Like, it was just back and forth. He played Samus. I played Fox. And, like, when you have a friendly rivalry, like you want to be a friend, but at the end of the day, you don't want to be their friend. You want to beat them. Like that's your goal right there. You just want to beat them, and that's what we would do. Just go back and forth trying to beat each other. And that's what happened too. Every other day, there was never a person who was better than the other person. But anytime our session would stop, or it'd be too late or whatever, we'd always say, all right, this is the last one. So there was one day, I'll never forget this day, where it was like, all right, this is going to be the last game, all right? We've been going back and forth all day. This is going to be the last one, all right? So we're playing on his stage, actually, on Brent Star Depths. Oh, man, ran out of ammo. I might die. That's all good. Playing on Brent Star Depths. I'm playing Foxy, playing Samus. And what ends up happening, and I know it's going to get hit, that he's got his charge shot. Oh, I died with the chaser? That's trash. What ends up happening is, he's got a charge shot, and for those who don't know what charge shot is, that's when Samus will charge up an energy blast and hit you with it, right? Yeah, this is like, wow, this is like real bad. I'm not usually this bad at the first stage, but it is what it is. But yeah, so he has that charge shot. I know he's ready to shoot me, and I'm just waiting for him to shoot it. I'm waiting. I know he's going to shoot it. We're still fighting. He's got one life left. I got one life left. And he gets ready to shoot it, and at the last moment, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to reflect it. So I use this move. It's called the Shine, which actually reflects projectiles. And when I say, like, he shot it almost like point-blank range in front of me. So as soon as he shot it, it hit my reflector, and it went back and hit him. He was like, and he couldn't say nothing. He really couldn't say nothing because we just said that was going to be the last one. We said that was going to be the last game. And it was. And I don't think actually that match that I just referred to was right before Melee came out. Melee came out, I think, in like 2001. So after playing that match, we never played N64 again because Melee came out, and then we started playing Melee. But the difference was, for me, something I still do to this very day where people make fun of me for, but I did it back then. Nobody else did this. When I first got Melee, the very first thing that I did was I read, go ahead again, the instruction manual. Of course, people don't read instruction manuals, but at that time too, we were kind of trained to not read instruction manuals because a Blockbuster, and for those who are listening right now who don't know what Blockbuster is, I can understand that. Oh man, I can't believe I just got hit in the tank. That's crazy. This is like the worst run I've ever had ever. But we still in there. We still a whole bunch of bombs. Blockbuster was how you rented movies and games back in the day. And anytime you rent a game, most of the time when you rented that game, it didn't even have a booklet in it. So we weren't even trying to read nothing. We didn't have nothing to read. But I read the instruction manual. I read it front to back. I think I actually read it twice. And there was one bit of information in that instruction manual that I got that pretty much carried me in that game. Excuse me. I was playing Fox still from N64. And somebody just trying to hit me up. I was playing Fox still, and wow! Shout out to my wifey who's like just commented on my live. This reminds me of Sonic Games on Sega. Yes, honey. Yeah, this is definitely kind of like that. Love you, babe. By the way, you and my two young queens. Let me get this other thing right here. So. Melee comes out. I read the instruction manual. The information that I get from that instruction manual is that the C stick, okay, which is the yellow stick on GameCube controllers, on one player mode, I don't know why they decided to do this in the game, but they made it control the camera, which made no sense to me. Still to this day, I don't understand why they wanted you to do that. You can zoom in and out, but on multiplayer or versus, it did smash attacks. Now in N64, there's no C stick on N64 controller, so we had didn't have the opportunity to even use a C stick. It was not even an option. And what that means is a smash attack is like when you smash the controller, like this part of the analog stick and the A button at the same time. It does a strong smash attack, and nobody knew that the C stick did smash attacks. Because nobody else read the instruction manual. And I wasn't going to tell nobody because they was making fun of me for reading the instruction manual. So I was like, all right, you going to make fun of me reading the instruction manual? I ain't going to tell you. So I ain't tell nobody. I ain't tell Russell. I ain't tell Milano, JR. Nobody was playing Smash with. Just kept using Fox. And I was using dash attack, using forward smash, up smash, all these random smash attacks. And I know a lot of times they would be confused how I could just walk up smash, walk up, forward smash. They couldn't do it. They didn't know. I wasn't going to tell them. So, like I said, that carried me for a while. Okay. Fast forward to moving from South Florida to Columbus. Okay, when I moved to Columbus, I actually was very fortunate to move next to a wonderful family. Actually, two wonderful families, multiple families out there. And one was the Clifton family. All right. And within the Clifton family, there was a kid that kind of reminded me of myself in a younger age named Christian. He's pretty much in a shell type, not really that vocal, but like to play video games. And so we related on that note. And of course we played Smash. And actually, I can't lie, he was pretty good. He couldn't really hang with me because I had the whole, I had the Smash attack. I had that in there, and he wasn't ready for that. And I think I might have told him about the little C-stick smash attack. I might have told him. I don't remember if I did or not. But anyway, so we developed a nice little rivalry, especially his little friends, too. He had some neighborhood friends, and they were pretty good, too. They just, again, they didn't have it. They didn't have it yet. So we went back and forth, played a bit, and what ended up happening is I'm still playing Fox. In high school, I meet this guy named Peru. Okay. Peru, Gerard, and also Allison. Meet them in high school. Awesome people. Play Smash. We would go to Allison's house to play Smash. Gerard's mad good. Allison, mad good. Her little sister, man, that was pretty good too. And we would have 2-on-2 battles. All right, and these 2-on-2 battles, usually I think Allison would be I think she would be Pikachu. And her little sister Amanda would be Samus, and I think I was playing. I think I switched to Falcon by that time. Yeah, I definitely switched to Captain Falcon, and I think Peru was playing. I think Marth, but they had this one little trick. Oh, I'm gonna do this trick. I'm gonna see if I can make it. I might die. I didn't die. All right, cool. Had this one trick where, as Allison was playing with Pikachu, I still can't believe this used to work. She would grab one of us, right, and Amanda would charge a charge shot with Samus, and after Allison would grab one of us, she'd be like, "Now, Amanda," and then Amanda would shoot us with the charge shot, and it worked like almost every time. Like me and Gerard, we should have not, like, that was our fault. Like, my bad, Gerard. I shouldn't have fell for that, but I definitely did. You did too, but it's all good. It was fun. We got better. So then enters in another person, another friend from George Washington Carver High School by the name of Antoine. And Antoine, was friends with Allison. They would hang out. And we didn't know who Antoine was. Like, we heard about Antoine, but we only heard, like, bad things. Like, oh, he's up to no good and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I couldn't believe anything, because I had never met him before. So finally met him at Allison's house. And I think he came over with one of his homies, Young Drama. And so we start hanging out, start talking. And this is a part of the story where I need Antoine and I need Gerard's and Allison's help on remembering this part of the story, because this is the part that gets a little fuzzy. But there's a part where Antoine, Drama, Gerard, and I, we decide we want to play Smash, right? And so we play Smash. We hear Antoine's pretty good. Like I said, Gerard and I are we're about on the same level, pretty good. But we're still thinking that we're gonna be better than Antoine, and we don't know anything about Drama. But when we start playing, Drama, if you're listening, my bad, bro, but Drama was just like a couple notches lower than the three of us when it came to playing. So we were playing 2-on-2 battles, and so now we trying to see who's better. So we going at it, and while we going at it, we realize that since Drama has like I said, a little bit lower skill than us, me and Gerard and I, we just start going after Drama. I get hit, nope, and then get hit. So we take out Drama first, and then after we take him out, he lose all his lives, then we go after Antoine. And so after that, 2-on-2 or 1-on-2, 1 versus 2, that wasn't good for Antoine. So we kind of bopped him up a little bit, and that pretty much happened for most of the matches. So after that, Antoine, I think this is what happened. I think this is the order of the operations. Like I said, I need to get confirmation from everybody else in the story, but I think Antoine was like, oh, okay, so you got us in Smash, but do y'all rap though? And Gerard and I, we did. Like, we're both fans of Lupe Fiasco, and we would freestyle a little bit here and there. So we were like, yeah, we rap. Yeah, we rap. And so he was like, all right, let's put on a beat, let's rap. So we didn't realize that a battle was about to start though. So that's kind of what happened. So I think Gerard and I went first. I used to be super duper trash, super ultra Omegatron trash at catching the beat. Like, I never could really catch the beat. I could catch like lunch table beats. I could catch acapellas, but as far as like just catching beats like instrumentals, couldn't do it. So Gerard started off, and then he passed it off to me. And by the way, I'm gonna get out on this game a lot on the stage, because it's been a minute since I played the stage, so it's about to be real bad. But anyways, on to the story. So Gerard starts off. He passes off to me. We spit some pretty cool stuff, but after we passed it over to Antoine and Drama, little did we know that these cats are experienced Columbus battle rappers, because we proceeded to get bodied. And when I say we got bodied, we didn't even rap again. It was bad. We were like, yo, you got us. You definitely got us. But as time went on, though, we kept rapping, kept playing Smash. Oh, I know I was going to get hit. And we actually developed a real dope friendship, the three of us, Gerard, Antoine, and I. Like, that was pretty much our relationship with Smash and rap. And then it got to the point where we actually sought out some other Smashers, where we had one night where Antoine and I, we was playing Melee at my house, and he finds out from another friend that there's some other good people that don't live too far from us. And so we're like, all right, just have them post up, come to my house, check with my parents, make sure it's cool. They're like, all right, yeah, it's cool. Have some people over, play some video games. So it was like a Friday night. They come up, and they come to the door, and I swear, once they came through the door, it seemed like it was like some type of gang meeting, like the way they came with their own controllers, like book bags, like it was crazy. Like, and that was it was Dante, and I think Tyrone, and I think somebody else. And this part of the game is trash. I remember this part. I'm not gonna pass this part for a while. It's just so bad. So they come over, right, and put on the game. Antoine and I playing, and we start off with me and Antoine versus Dante and Tyrone. Tyrone played Sheik, and Dante played Captain Falcon like I did. So of course the idea was I play against the Falcon. We both play Falcon, and then Antoine fights Tyrone. And this is the first time in my life where I was getting bodied by another Captain Falcon. I had never been bodied by another Captain Falcon before. And I had never in my life ever been Falcon punched on purpose, like as a strategy, more than one time, like, or more than 2 times. Like, and what he would do, I'll never forget this. What he used to do, every time he hit a Falcon punch, he would put a number up. So after he hit that first Falcon punch, he was like, that's 1. Hit another Falcon punch. That's 2. Hit me with another Falcon punch. That's 3. And this was all in the same match. And I was like, yo, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm just getting bodied right now. Can't die by a grenade. But, so what ends up happening, we keep playing. Pretty much, like, I'm the weak link. And we get bodied because of me. My bad, Antoine. But again, we developed a relationship on the Smash game, played Smash all the time. We got better and went better. We all like leveled each other up. And damn, man, I told y'all I'm bad at this part of the game. I'm only good at the first 2 stages. I'm gonna give another story later on why I'm only good at the first 2 stages, but no Johns. All right, so what ends up happening next? Okay, yeah. College. We can go to the college story now. All right, so Southern Polytechnic State University, which is the shirt I'm wearing right now. SPSU all day. Didn't have housing my first semester. Shout out to the Jenkins family for taking me in. Shout out to moms for thinking of them. And they actually housed me. Then charged me a dime for the first 3 months of school, because I thought there was an online application. There was not an online application. Ironically, a couple years after I had that mistake, we made an online application, but yeah, there was none. I thought I filled out one. Turns out it was just the regular admissions application. My bad. So, don't have housing, staying at the Jenkins, I'm commuting to school. The reason why that's important is that I'm commuting to school, so therefore I'm hanging out with other commuters. Oh, this beat go hard. Ooh, I like this beat. And I'm hanging out where the commuters hang out. And where the commuters hang out is, ooh, wow, I just jumped right into that shot, is a student center. All right, so they're hanging out at the student center, and the student center has like my favorite things. It's got billiards, which is pool, ping pong, and video games. So, of course, I wasn't a Boy Scout, but my mom's a soldier, so I always stay ready. I always be packed. I got my controller with me. Man, come on now, what's going on? I got my controller with me. And so I see a big screen TV, much like the one that I grew up with, and I see people playing Smash. So first thing I say is like, yo, can I get next? And they were like, yeah, do you have a controller? I was like, yeah, I got one right here. They was like, oh, you got your own controller. And they were like, do you play Fox only, Final Destination, no items? And I was like, no. I play Captain Falcon, but I do like Final Destination. I was like, all right, you can play. I was like, all right, cool. So then we start playing, and as we're playing 4-man free-for-alls, every man for himself. And so the first person to die, or the first person, or the first 2 people, they got to trade off the controllers. So I get in, and the first couple matches, I'm making it, to like the final 2. And then there was this one guy who was playing, I think he was playing like Peach. His name was Ryan. He was apparently like the known to be the best player in that little crew of people. So I can't lie, he was pretty good. And so while we're playing, a couple matches go by, and like I almost get first place a couple times, but he wins, and like they're like the people that are watching, like, oh man, you're pretty good. Like, where you from? Blah blah. Stand down. Like, I'm from Columbus. Played in South Florida too. Blah blah blah. This and that. And it's like, all right, man, cool. Yeah, you should definitely play with us some more. I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, it's time for me to go to class. So I get ready to bounce, and Ryan says, actually, before you go, you have time for a one-on-one. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, yes, like now I can play this dude one-on-one. I don't have any distractions. I can bop him, And I'm like, yeah, I got time for one quick match. So he actually picks Fox, and I'm so happy that he picks Fox because that was Antoine's main character. So I had a lot of experience playing against Fox. Oh man, I might have to start this game over. Oh my gosh, I'm getting bodied. So I'm like, yes, he plays Fox. Let's go. So we're playing, and we're playing Final Destination, and I had this one strategy that I would do back in the day, and that was where if we're playing 4 people playing, I would leave the fight and go off stage and stomp somebody to make sure that they wouldn't come back, and I would come back to the fight. Like that was just something I used to do, and I tried doing that against him even when we were playing the matches, but I kept losing. Like I kept missing. I couldn't figure out. I think I was nervous. Yeah, I was definitely nervous. So I was missing that, and even when we played one-on-one, I was missing the little dang. Wow, like I said, I'm getting body right now. I kept missing. I like it was still a close battle, but he still beat me convincingly. And so, I wasn't salty about it. I shook his hands like, all right, good game. I'll come back maybe later tomorrow, next day we can play some more. And when I tell you that the next part that happened, I'm not joking about what happened. Like, I'm dead serious about what happened. Some guy comes from the shadows right as I leave, like as I'm walking away. And as a matter of fact, I got to turn the beat down because this is where the story gets serious. Let me pause this game real quick. So this is no music right here. This is like a very important part of the story. So this is real right here. This dude, I've never met this dude before. I didn't even know he was watching us play. He comes from the shadows and he says, "Hey man, you're pretty good." I was like, "Oh, thanks. I appreciate that." I'd start, to walk to class, and he's like, but he stops me. He's like, "But do you want to play real Melee?" And I'm like confused. I was like, "Real Melee? Like what's this dude talking about? Like real Melee?" I'm like, yeah. I mean, I want to play some real Melee. And he's like, "All right, well let's go outside." I was like, all right. So we walk outside the student center, and he's like, "All right, so if you want to play some real Melee, there's this guy, his name's Stanley. The guys we were playing, they're pretty good, but Stanley he's on a whole nother level." I'm like, okay. If you want to play Stanley, you have to go to his apartment in the courtyards. His apartment 1201. Meet him there at 3:05 p.m. and knock 3 times. And I'm thinking to myself, when he said all that, like I could tell he was joking, but I started laughing. I looked down, no lie though. I looked down to laugh. I look up, he's gone. Like I'm like, yo, where'd this dude just go? Like I don't know who this dude just was. Didn't know his name. Never seen him before ever. And now he's telling me that I gotta play this dude named Stanley. And I'm like, all right, okay, let's do it. So after class, all I do is I start training. And I'm like just getting ready. Make sure before I go to the dude's spot that I get some more training in, and like make sure I'm ready because this dude's got to be good. So what ends up happening, I go to the spot. Oh, I'm about to get out again. I gotta pause the game real quick because something else just froze up on the computer. All right, cool, we good now. So I go 3:05, go to this spot and knock on the door, and I'm thinking, of course, like it's gonna be like somebody like me, like some small, scrawny dude with glasses. You know what I'm saying? His name's Stanley. But I open the door. Knock on the door. He opens the door, and it's this cock, diesel, swole black guy with glasses though. I got that part right. And he's like, I think I said, "Are you Stanley?" And he goes, "Are you LeRon?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm LeRon." He's like, "Well, I'm Stanley. Are you here to play Melee?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm here to play Melee." He's like, "All right, well, come on in." All right, so he brings me in the apartment, um, and takes me into apartment D, which is the right apartment. And man, like, he already has the game set up. I knew that was gonna happen too. He already has the game going, and so I select my character. I select Captain Falcon, and I'm like, all right, so who do you play? He's like, I'm going to pick this person, and he picks Yoshi, Blue Yoshi. Now at this point in my career, I guess you could say, I have been playing Smash for like what, going on 6 years. This is like '07. This is August '07, and I never in my life ever seen a good Yoshi player ever. So I thought he was kidding. I assumed he was joking when he picked Yoshi. I'm like, yo, come on, like, who's your character for real? And he's like, this is my character. I was like, all right, whatever. So I'm confused. You know, he's saying that's his character, but we start playing. We pick random, and then ironically, just goes to Final Destination, and we start playing, and I'm bodying this dude for the first two stocks. Like, I take two of his stocks without losing one of mine. And I was just like, I thought this guy was supposed to be good. And so he he pauses the game right after I take that second stock, and he says to me, "You got to step it up. You got to step it up." And I'm like, I'm confused. And those who know me, I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I don't really talk trash like that. But in my mind, I was thinking, I was like, how I got to step it up, and I'm bodying you right now. So all I said was, okay, all right, I got you. So I just, shook it off. And no lie, straight up, no lie, this dude proceeds to body me for the next 38 straight minutes. Like, I don't even touch him. Like, that match where he unpaused it, I didn't touch him ever. Like, did not even touch him for like even like a random hit. Nothing. And then after that, like, a bomb hit me. He just continued to just beat me up over and over and over again. And I was so confused. I was like, I was flabbergasted. I was like, I was beating this dude up, and he was just toying with me. And now he's bodying me, and I can't even take a life. Like, I can't even take a stock from him. And oh wow, Corey, I just saw your message just came out. I know it's late, but this is actually Kawak's emulator. But yeah, so I'm confused, and like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just like in a daze, like I'm in shock pretty much. And this dude, like, literally, like I said, like he destroyed me. I had never been destroyed like that before in my life. And I remember, like, what I did was is like I looked down, at my controller. I looked back up, and I didn't, I get super salty, ask for more matches. Like, I took my butt whipping like a man. And I said to him, though, I never forget the words that I said to him. I was like, all right, man, you're pretty good. Actually, no, you're really good. But I promise you something. One day I'm gonna come back here, and excuse my French when I say this. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna beat your ass. I never said those words to anybody in my entire life, but I said that to him. I was like, one day I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what this dude said to me? This dude had like a smirk on his face and said, "I've heard that before." And I was like, all right, all right. So I just shook his hand, said good games, and I left. After that day fourth, like, man, I was thirsty. Like, I was hungry for other competitors to get better. Like, I started playing every person that I knew. Anytime I had an opportunity to play Smash, like, I do my homework and play Smash. That was literally it. My whole goal now was just to level up, get better, and to beat this dude. Like, that was my main goal. And so what ends up happening, I'm playing Captain Falcon at the time. There's a Southern Poly tournament that comes out, and at that tournament, um, ironically, Stanley's there. My Smash father, Marshall, Christopher Marshall Robinson's there. One of my best Smash Brothers for life. Avante was there. A couple other people there. Oh, Chris Lightsey, who played the crazy Dr. Mario, was there. My Smash grandfather, Full Metal, was there. A lot of people there. But the tournament was ran in a way that most tournaments aren't normally run. Like, you don't usually have free for alls. I think the way they ran the tournament was it was free for alls, and the top two make it to bracket or something like that. But you don't ever do that. And actually, I just realized I could put the music back on. It's not that serious anymore. There we go. So we start playing a tournament match, and I think Stanley ends up winning that tournament. But I met Avante, like I said, I met other people. So by meeting those people, I made sure to stay in contact with those people. I got everybody's phone number so that way I can play with them. Big shout outs to Mars Fool, who literally took me under his wing and showed me the ins and outs of advanced melee, high level melee. His roommate Stuber, we play all the time. Like I said, Avante played his dorm all the time. He played Samus. We were we developed a little rivalry back and forth. So fast forward to I think December of that year, I spent Christmas with my parents in North Carolina. My mom and dad in North Carolina, and I bring my system out there. So whenever I'm not hanging out with my mom and dad, I'm training. And one thing I forgot that's really important about the story, I had played Captain Falcon so much that I just felt too comfortable. I wanted to challenge myself, so I changed characters, and I changed characters to Falco. I was I want a projectile, and I never played Falco before. And when I changed characters to Falco, I was getting bodied by everybody, everybody. I couldn't win a match for weeks until I eventually started leveling up. But I wasn't that good. But what happened? That Christmas break, I started looking up videos on YouTube. I think I found the advanced how to play video, and I also found a combo video by the Shizwig called Shades of Falco. Also found some videos of Chain Ace and Strict 9s, some OG Falcos from back in the day. Shout out to my boy Strict and Chain Ace, MGFC in this thing, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get out. And I started watching these videos and started trying to copy what I saw in the videos. And that was the Christmas break where I actually learned how to what's called shuffle. And what that is, that's when it's called a short hop, fast fall, aerial. Or no, wait, short hop, fast fall, L cancel. So I'm doing that, and I was playing against, I think, a Bowser, and that's how I learned how to do it. And when I learned how to do it, man, I'm getting bodied. God, this is so sad. I had never done that before, ever. Never done the short hop, fast fall, aerial, L cancel thing. I started doing it against Bowser with Falco, and once I got that rhythm, I started short hop, laser in a short hop, aerial, and all this stuff like that. And I just got this rhythm of Falco that I had never felt before. Then I started going back to the combo videos and breaking down the videos and what they were doing in the videos, and just started adding my own little twist of stuff. And man, the thing that's crazy is that I wasn't playing any people for that Christmas break. No human being. I was only playing computers and just playing training mode and other stuff like that. So I didn't know if I had gotten better. I'm just playing against people. So when I got back, the first person I played, and I love you, Avante, but you got to be real with this one. You know this is true. I bodied Avante. Once I had that Falco timing, all that Falco stuff, Avante was not ready for this Falco. He was not ready. I didn't body Mars Fool, but I definitely did better against Mars Fool than I did before the break. But I think I probably spent a couple more weeks training, and then finally came the day where I was all right, it's time. It's time to go back to Stanley's apartment and challenge this dude again. So I hit him up. I was all right, man, yo, you ready to play? He's yeah, I'm free. He's come by. So I came by, and I was before we started playing, I told him, I was And I switched characters though, just to let you know. He's like, all right, we'll see if that matters. And we started playing, and he wins the first couple matches. I'm not gonna lie about that, but he doesn't body me like he bodied me before on that first time, like where I was actually able to take lives and actually get close to beating him. What's that? I think I was time to get my laundry. Pause that. And so we played for a while, and I'm actually able to take a couple games off of him. I'm real happy. Like I wasn't, of course, able to body him like he bodied me, but I was able to hang with him a little bit. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't sandbagging, or he was like, not going his hardest. And I was pretty happy at that. Like I still wanted to get better though. Like beating him, even though I did, want to beat him, but my main focus was leveling up. And I was happy that I was able to do that. And so after that, like he said to me, he's like, "Wow, man, like you actually got better." And I was like, "Appreciate it." He's like, "Yeah, like now you actually he's like, no one's ever gotten better and came back to battle me like that." I was like, "Well, I said I would, so I had to." And again, just like everybody else I played Smash with, developed a bond, developed a friendship, continued to play Smash, continued to hang out, do other stuff. And yeah, I mean, everybody that I mentioned in this story as far as Smash, I still talk to this very day. Like we like Smash homies for life, pretty much. But then after that, though, that's when I started getting into the tournament scene. Started going to WABA, going to Tipped Off, Cute Cats. Even started hosting a Smash session. That's actually why the stream right here is called Get Wrecked, because I used to host Melee Smash events at Southern Poly, and I would either call them Monday Night Melee or Get Wrecked. And yeah, we did that for years and years and years. The only thing was, though, is that I didn't go as hard as I could have went in my Smash career in college, because I also was a part of the public speaking team, and I actually prioritized my public speaking tournaments over the Smash tournaments. I thought the public speaking tournaments were more important. And of course, shout out to Dr. Stevens, rest in peace to Jack Haley. Shout out to Mr. York, my public speaking professors and coaches that helped me to become the public speaker that I am today. And but after I graduated, though, or after the public speaking tournaments were over, it was like I'd probably say like a year. I don't know what year it was. It was like within like a span of like 2 years where I took Smash super serious. I think it was 2013, because it was around those years where I actually got ranked for the first time ever, first and only time in Georgia. I was number 10. I went to New York, went to Alabama, I went to Orlando for tournaments, and then the biggest and best tournament experience I've ever had in my entire life. Shout out to my mom and grandma on this one for giving me flight miles to go to Vegas. I went to Vegas for Evo 2013, and that was the best tournament experience I've ever had ever. Like it was just amazing. Like, I mean, that was my first time ever going to Vegas, first time ever being in a tournament of that size, first time meeting like so many Smashers. First, I actually met Chain Ace. Like, yo, man, meeting Chain Ace was crazy, man, because I was playing against it was funny. Shout out to Zoo, Duck, and Hugs. I was on a setup with them, and it was funny too because, like I said, I'm playing Falco, and the main character that I play against is Avante Samus. So I know how to do stuff against Samus that most Falcos or most players don't know how to do. And in fact, I was very comfortable against Samus. I knew how to combo Samus. I knew how to edge guard Samus. I didn't do stuff to Samus that most Falcos didn't know how to do. So Duck and Hugs are amazing Samus players. Zoo, one of the best Falco players out of West Coast. That ain't Falco. Happy feet, you know what I'm saying? So we're all on the setup together, and I'll never forget it. So I'm playing against Duck, and I do an edge guard trick against Duck that it was so crazy. I never would have thought that I would do something that Duck, Hugs, and Zoo had never seen before. I had did this setup like where There's this thing called the Kin Killer or the Marth Killer, where you do a light shield and you like hold back, you roll to the stage, you hold back, and when they do a up B, you fall to the ledge. What's this tank just gonna? Wow, this tank just came up on me. Gosh, you just fall to the ledge and grab it, and then Marth can't grab the ledge, and so you can actually do that against Samus's grapple, because if Samus tries to grab the stage with a grapple, you can actually do that Marth Killer, and it almost does the exact same thing. But I guess they didn't know that, because I did it, and like everybody set up on the rack. She was like, "Whoa, you can do that?" And I was like, "You know, you can do that?" Like, yeah, you can do that. So of course I still lose though, because they're like 5 tiers better than me. But yeah. So after playing those matches, like a guy who I didn't even know, like, comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, like, what's your tag?" And I'm like, "Yo, it's this Ron Aroni." He's like, "Yo, you're pretty good." I was like, "Oh man, I appreciate that." I was like, "Yo, what's your tag?" And he said, "I'm Chain Ace." And I was like, "You're what?" No, like I had never seen Chain Ace before. Like Chain Ace and Strychnine or like 2 of the OG Falcos that I like watched all the time. Like I stole tricks from them, and to have one of my like pretty much Falco idols say to me like, "Yo, you're pretty good," like, yo, that made me feel amazing, bro. I was like, I told him straight, I was like, "Yo, I'm a huge fan, bro. I'm like, for real, I'm a huge fan." He even said, he's like, "I could tell because you were doing stuff that I do." I was like, "Yeah, like I got it from you." And so we exchanged Facebooks, exchanged phone numbers, stay in contact, and then over time, like, you know, we developed a relationship, and I asked him, you know, like, "Yo, like, how do you become a part of the crew? The crew's MGFC." And he's like, "We'll talk." And after the conversation we had, and then other underground stuff that happened, I'm not gonna say. A few months later, I get something in the mail. He asked for my address randomly. I didn't even think about it. And I get something in the mail, and it's a MGFC shirt with Ron Aroni on the back of it. And like, bro, when I got that, I ain't gonna front. Like I almost cried, man. Like getting that shirt with MGFC, like with Ron Aroni on the back and MGFC on it, I was like, yo, I called that dude instantly. It was like, bro, what? Like, and and his words was like, "Welcome to the crew, man." And I was like, yo, man, like that. And that's for those who don't know, that's why my smash tag is MGFC Ron Aroni right there, man. Yo, Chain A Strychnine, yo, homies, bro. Like, but yeah, man, like the whole game, man, like it changed my life. Like, it definitely, the people that I met, the people that I'm still cool with to this day, I consider family. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, like I just amazing feelings all the way around. There was some unfortunate events that occurred where I was also competitive in kickball. I'll give that story another time. But somehow I actually broke my thumb playing kickball. I know it's crazy, like how you break your thumb playing kickball. But yeah, like I slid. I think I was sliding to second base, and somebody stepped on my hand and ended up breaking my thumb. Even though it was broken, I was actually like playing Smash and using my hands for like a couple weeks after the injury. I thought I had just jammed it, but nah, I found out after playing a couple tournaments, losing some matches, that I went to the doctor because it was still hurting, and got an X-ray. And like, doctor comes in, "Well, you broke it." I'm like, "Bruh, you don't come into the doctor's office smiling like that, saying you broke." Like, but yeah, so I had to wear like a splint cast thing, and for like I think 8 weeks, and couldn't play Smash. I think after like 6 weeks, I was like tested the waters real quick because I want to see how my thumb felt, and just played for like a few minutes at my house just to see how the thumb felt, and it felt good. So I put the splint back on and just kept it moving. Wore it for 2 more weeks, and then kept playing. But it wasn't the same though. Like, actually, I think if I remember correctly, dang, I ain't even got no. I ain't got no more ammo. Damn. What ended up happening is I came back stronger. Like for a couple months after taking the splint off, because I had the little hiatus. That happens sometimes. You sometimes you need to take a hiatus or something. You come back. You just think about stuff. I was still watching videos. I think I was still going to tournaments just to hang out. And but yeah, I came back, was playing, beating people that I couldn't beat before, and it was dope. But then like a couple weeks after that, I started to have this issue where like my thumb and index finger would just spaz out, like where it would do stuff that I couldn't control. And it was weird. I had never experienced that before. So I went to the doctor. I got like another X-ray done. They couldn't find anything wrong. I think I got an MRI too. They still couldn't find anything wrong. And yeah, they said they couldn't see nothing wrong. But I was telling them what was happening, and I told them that I was like, I think it's. Oh wow, I never forgot they did that. I told them that I thought it was something that had to do with the fact that I broke my other thumb. I was like, maybe, because that's the other thing is that like I had broke my left thumb or right. I forgot which one I broke, but the thumb that I was having problems with, the hand I was having problem with, was the other one, the other hand. It wasn't the hand that I broke, so I was confused about like why something would happen with the other one, but doctors never told me. So I just continued to play like at a lower level, and I just wasn't feeling that. I just wasn't feeling that at all. A couple years went by. I was playing less and less. And then I actually retired. I retired in February 2017, actually the month before my first daughter in Alabama was born. And I just wanted to have more time for the family first. So, but still, of course, kept in contact with all the homies. Watch streams, watch YouTube videos here and there. But yeah, man, smash though. The game changed my life. All right, y'all. It's getting late. I wake up early. Gotta go pick this laundry out of the washing machine, put it in the dryer real quick. But yes, it's fun. Even though I can't play this game and talking rap at the same time. I was getting super bodied. I did not realize how bad I was after the first two stages. Like, I have not played these stages in a minute. I've been playing the first two stages for years, but yeah. Hope y'all have fun. Hope y'all enjoy the stories. We're gonna do this again on Friday. I don't know if we're gonna play Metal Slug or not though. We'll decide. We'll see what we do. But anyways, everybody out there, have a good night. Peace and love. Thanks for tuning in.